The reason I don't make many videos is because I'm working. Sound design is a long process. I'm writing a violin part for a sampling session, since sampling individual notes usually lack expression. The balance between creative work and promotion got me thinking about how I got into sound design. I'll give an account of how Off the Matrix came to be. For many years, the main focus of my creativity was oil painting. I completed this painting in 1997, but I actually got into sampling before that. I got my first sampler in 1995. I did find some galleries to show my art, but it was difficult. The galleries had little interest in the music of my paintings. It seemed that galleries regarded my work as politically incorrect. Within the field of fine art, there is an inversion of values. For example, here's a painting by Alex Katz. Although he has very limited skills in painting, Sotheby's estimated this painting to sell between $500,000 and $700,000. In comparison, this is a self-portrait by Yuki Wang. I met him in 2008 at a Portrait Society conference. It was difficult to have a conversation with him because his English was poor. It's really tragic. He's one of the best painters in the world, yet I couldn't find a listing for Yuki at Sotheby's. Since he isn't a windbag like Alex Katz, who could talk his way into galleries. At the same time that I was trying to show my art, I had made advances in my sound design skills. I made great samples of orchestral instruments while I was working on an album of hymns for my church. So I decided to leave the political nonsense in fine art to pursue sound design. Wikipedia gives an account of two sound designers flying to Japan to develop the DX7's voices. They had less than 4 days to create the DX7's 128 present patches. I can imagine they were rushing to get the patches done. What they did in that short time was rather remarkable, but their sounds barely scratched what the DX7 could really do. For example, the skills of observation that I had developed with my eye to paint with realism had also developed with my hearing for attention to detail, to create realistic acoustic sounds with synths. Because companies were rushing new instruments out before one could spend years to master using them, there was a lack of development of skills in sound design with the vintage synths and samplers. So comparing the Off the Matrix patches to Yamaha's factory sounds is like, well, comparing one of my drawings to a drawing by Alex Katz. I have the same confidence in the samples I'm creating for the Emulator 3. A few years ago, I got a Chord Kronos 2. Since I understood it was the successor to the Oasis, I hoped it would be the workstation I had dreamed of for years, with amazing orchestral samples. But I was really disappointed with it. While the keyboard sounds in the synth patches are very good, the samples of the acoustic instruments were really no better than the factory samples for the Emulator 3. In say 1990, no one had the 25 years of experience in sound design with samplers that I have by the simple fact that samplers didn't exist in 1965. Off-the-matrix patches and samples very often take more time to create than this painting I did of my father's 33 Lincoln. It took my father 17 years to restore the Lincoln. I suppose I learned this value of restoration and work from him. Unfortunately, the web is filled with Alex Katz types, who seem to live to get views on their channel. I refuse to resort to taking silly pictures of myself to promote sound design. I find promotion like that a bit insulting. It's like it was made for an audience of 5-year-olds. Now, I'm not against making videos, because it can be an art form in itself. I used this image to promote a video that was a demo for the SY99. I thought it was really cool. It was like one of my paintings. But it was nearly impossible to get people to watch it. I'm not going to resort to taking silly pictures. So I'd appreciate friendly suggestions. It took many years to develop these sounds, and the world should know about it.